Hello and welcome back, dear students. Wish you all stay happy, healthy, and safe at home and do your studies regularly and properly. I am Yoshna Parak, and today we are going to see chapter for standard 10 students from your English textbook first time, that is your main textbook. From this book we are going to start chapter number 11. The name of this chapter is The Proposal, written by Anton Chekhov. The main characters of this chapter are three. First one is Shubko, second Lomo, and third Natalia. What are their relations? So Shubko is the father of Natalia and Lomo is their neighbor. Both are from rich families, and by the title of this chapter you can understand that this chapter is about a proposal. What kind of proposal? It is a marriage proposal. Lomo has come to Shubko for the marriage proposal for Natalia. Now, this is a drama, and in this chapter we are going to see the conversation between them. And this story sets in Russia. So before starting the chapter, we are going to see how Russian marriage happened. And in this chapter, we are going to see that how Lomo put the proposal and what would be the circumstances after his proposal and whether that proposal gets accepted or not. So that is all we are going to see in this chapter about the marriage proposal. So let us first see how Russian marriage happens. Now let us start. A Russian wedding. Do you know anything about Russian marriage ceremony? Read this article about Russian wedding. Here there is an article given in newspaper about Russian wedding. Let us read it and let us understand that how this Russian wedding happens. Preparation for Russian wedding. A Russian wedding is very simple. The planning only include arranging for rings, bride's dress, car and reception. Where you have to, in Russian wedding, they have to arrange for rings, car, bride's dress and the reception. Only for this arrangements are to be done. Earlier, the bride's family paid for the reception, but nowadays, brides and groom's families usually share expenses. So earlier it was a custom that bride's family will pay all the expenses of the marriage. But now the thing has been changed, and nowadays both the families, bride and groom's families, share the expense equally. A Russian wedding lasts for 2 days. Some weddings last as long as a week. It is up to them, but generally Russian wedding lasts up to 2 days only. If they wish, they can take the ceremony for a week also. And the occasion becomes something to remember for years. The occasion is very simple and of 2 days only, but as this is the wedding ceremony, it would be memorable for years, for everyone. So in this way, they celebrate it to make it memorable. The necessary part of the wedding ceremony is a wedding procession. That is the most necessary part of this wedding. What is a wedding procession? Procession of several cars. Procession, that means people or a group of people or group of things. So हिंदी में उसे बारात या जुलूस कहा जाता है. So that procession is most important. Here the procession is of several cars goes in the marriage. The best friends of the groom and bride meet before the wedding a few times and make posters, write speeches and organize contest. Now in those 2 days, how they will celebrate the marriage? The friends of bride or groom, they will meet and prepare some planning for what? For speeches, and will make posters also of bride and groom, and they will organize some type of contest such as singing, dancing, drama, jokes, or some games that will make it entertaining. When the groom arrived to fetch the bride for the registration for the marriage, he has to fight to get her. How he had to fight? Not with the bride, but he had to fight to prove himself. He had to do something to prove himself that he is suitable for the bride. What he had to do? Russian usually live in apartments, in tall buildings, and the groom has to climb several steps and the bride is on the top. So he has to climb several stairs and get the bride. But it is not that easy that he can just climb the stairs and get her. For that, at each floor, and the groom has to climb several stairs to reach his bride. But at each landing, he must answer a question to be allowed to go up. Only if he answered the question asked by the relatives or friends of bride at each floor, and if he answered correctly, then only he can go upstairs. Otherwise, if he is not able to answer it correctly, what would he have to do? The bride's friends ask difficult questions, sometimes about the bride, sometimes just difficult riddles. And the groom must answer with the help of his friends. What kind of question they can ask? Let us see. For example, he may be shown a few photos of baby girls, and he must say which one is his bride is. If he guesses wrong, he must pay cash to move ahead. In India, it is called shagun. So either he have to give the correct answer, or if he is not able to give the proper answer, he will have to pay the money for that, the charges to get the bride. So first, when the groom comes for the registration to find the bride, it will have to go upstairs in tall building, and on the top floor the bride is there. But at each floor there are some friends and relatives of the bride, and they will ask some questions. It may be about the bride, or it can be some difficult riddles. So if the groom is able to answer those questions, then only he will be allowed to go upstairs. At each floor he has to give answers. But if he fails to give the proper answer, so he will have to pay the fine or charges to get the bride. And in that he can take help of his friends. So in this way, some interesting games are played in the marriage. Now this is a activity to check whether the groom has patience or not, and whether that groom has value for the bride or not, and whether they both are suitable for each other or not. To know the compatibility and to know different kind of qualities of the groom, these activities are done. After the marriage registration, now when the groom get the bride and the registration is done, the marriage registration is done, the newly married couple leaves the guest for a tour of the city side. Now after registration, they will leave the guest there at the place, and they will go for the tour of the city. Now the bride and groom will go together to take a tour of the city side. After 2 or 3 hours of the city tour, the couple arrives at the reception place. Now the couple sits at a specially arranged table with their family, friends and invited guests. So the special seat is arranged for the bride and groom, and there they will sit with their friends, with their families and with the guests. The reception starts with toast to the couple. Now what is toast? Let us see. A wedding toast is a custom, it is a ritual where a close friend or relative of the groom or the bride. So the close friend or close relative of the groom or bride, what they will do, they will say a few words to wish the couple for their married life. And then everyone raise their glass of wine and drink it up at the same moment. They cheer and they drink the wine. So that is called toast. The groom is then asked to kiss the bride. After a few toasts, when relatives and friends complete their speeches, so this kind of few toasts happens, and after a few toasts, people start eating and drinking and generally have fun. But here the marriage is not end, yet the reception has just begun. Now, after some time, the bride gets stolen. By whom? She disappears, and when the groom starts looking for her, he is asked to pay a fee to get the bride. Usually it is his friends who steal the bride. The groom's friend will steal the bride, and if the groom wants his bride, so he will have to pay the fees for that. Only then he can get the bride. So in this way they prey on the groom. Usually it is his friends who steal the bride, then there are the bride's friends. They steal the bride's shoes. The groom's friend will steal the bride, and bride's friend will steal her shoes. And then groom must pay money for the shoes too. And then only after paying the money for shoes and also for bride, then he can get both shoes and the bride, and then he can take the bride. The groom, the guest enjoy watching this tussle that is friendly fight or entertaining fight, and continue party. So in this way, different kind of funny activities happens, which has some meaning also, some purpose also, and with this kind of fun activities, they do their marriage complete, and finally the groom get his bride. So you can say that he has to struggle a lot to get the bride. So in this way, Russian marriage happens. Now let us see the introduction of this chapter. You know that when the drama begins, first the storyteller gives us a brief information about the drama. So this information is given about this drama, about this chapter. The proposal, originally titled A Marriage Proposal, its original title is A Marriage Proposal, is a one-act play. It is only one-act play, that means it is about a single topic and in one take it will be done. There are no 2 or 3 phases of this play, of this drama. A farce that is a dramatic comedy drama by the Russian short story writer and dramatist Anton Chekhov. He is a Russian short story writer and dramatist also. So here also he has written a drama, but that is a comic drama. How that comedy will be created in this proposal, that we are going to see in this chapter. It was written in 1888 to 1889. In that year of 88 to 89, that drama was written. The play is about the tendency of wealthy family, the thinking of wealthy families to seek ties, to make relation with other wealthy families. Why they want to tie up with other wealthy families? Because they want to raise their economic status, not to down. So in this way, if they tie up with a wealthy family, so they can maintain their status or they can raise their status, their wealth status or economic status. To increase their states by encouraging marriages. So for tying up, what they do marriages in rich families of their children that make good economic sense. Whether they are suitable for each other doesn't matter. Just the economic status does matter. So for that, in economic sense only, they do their marriages in rich families. So that kind of thinking of rich people is shown here in this drama. Ivan Lomo, a long-time wealthy neighbor of Stefan Shubukov. Ivan Lomo is the long-time neighbor, that means their ancestors also lived in their neighborhood, and Shubukov is also wealthy, that means both are from wealthy families, both are rich, well-to-do. Comes to see the hand of Shubukov's 25-year-old daughter, Natalia. So Ivan Lomo has came here to seek the hand to give the marriage proposal for the Shubukov's daughter, Natalia, who is 25 years old. All three are quarrelsome people. Quarrelsome, that means they start quarreling at petty issues. They quarrel over petty issues. That means such kind of matters which doesn't have that much importance, but still to show their attitude and to satisfy their ego, they keep on quarreling on such matters which are negligible. The proposal is in danger of being forgotten. Now when they started quarreling, the proposal was about to be forgotten from their mind. But amidst all this quarreling, but economic good sense ensures that the proposal is made after all, although the quarreling perhaps continues. Now, whether even if you want to continue the quarrel, that proposal should be accepted because economic sense says so that they should accept the proposal. So, even though they had some quarrel in between, but still they accepted the proposal just to keep their economic status. Now, the quarrel was continued, but in between that quarrel, they accepted the proposal for economic reason only. So that is what here explained, that how rich people think and how their marriages are done. A drawing room in Shubukov's house. So here the view is explained. Now the drama, the brief of the drama is given, that this drama is between three people. They are neighbor, and Lomo has came here to ask for the hand of Natalia from Shubukov. And Natalia is the daughter of Shubukov. She is 25 years old. So this was the brief introduction about the drama, and this drama is about a marriage proposal between two rich families. Why they want to tie up? Because they want to maintain their economic status. But they all are quarrelsome people, so they start quarreling at petty issues. But their economic sense says so that they should tie up. So although the quarrel is continued, but they accept the proposal. So that is the theme of this drama. We are going to see now how that comedy is created in this drama, that we are going to see now. So the scene is like that. There is a drawing room of Shubukov's house, and Lomo enters wearing a dress, jacket and white gloves. Shubukov rises to meet him. So this was the beginning scene, the beginning scenario. Now Lomo takes entry in the house of Shubukov, and he is well dressed like he is going for a party. And just when Lomo enters, Shubukov raises up to welcome him. So Shubhako stood and Shubhako says, "My dear fellow, whom do I see? Ivan Vasilievich. I am extremely glad," squeezes his hand. "Now this is a surprise. My darling, how are you?" Here you can see he is talking very politely and showing too much love for Ivan Vasilievich. And that is already we have studied that they are quarrelsome people. But here he is showing too much love to the Ivan Vasilievich. Whether that is true or not, that we are going to see later on. So he says, "Oh my dear Ivan Vasilievich, I am so surprised that you have came here. And I am very glad, extremely glad to see you at my house. Now this is a surprise, this is a very pleasant surprise that you have came here to meet us, to see us. And we are very pleased that you visited us. How are you? How is your health?" So when he see Lomo, he made very warmly, and now Lomo replied, "Thank you, and how may you be getting on?" He replied, "Thanks for your kind words and your praise, and also I am fine. Now how are you? You tell me what's going on in your life and how is all the things." So Shubhako replied, "We just get along somehow, my angel. Thanks to your prayers," and so on. "Sit down, please do." Now you shouldn't forget all about your neighbors, my darling, my dear fellow. Why are you so formal in your get-up? Evening dress, gloves, and so on. Can you be going anywhere, my treasure? Lomo. "No, I have come only to see you, honored Stefan Stefanovich." That is the name of Shubhako. And Ivan Vasilievich, the name of Lomo. "Shubhako, then why are you in evening dress, my precious? As if you are paying the New Year's Eve visit?" So here Lomo thanked him first and asked him how he was going on. So Shubhako replied, "We just get along somehow. Somehow we manage our living, we survive our life. It is just thanks to your prayers. Because of your blessings, everything is well here." Here you can see my angel, my darling, my treasure, my precious. These words are said with love, with respect. All these words means my dear. So he says that it is all because of your blessing, it is all because of your prayers. Please sit down, have a seat, be comfortable, and you should not forget your neighbors. Do come visit us frequently. Come to us our home and meet us. We are very glad if you meet us. So don't forget about your neighbors and come frequently to visit here. Now he says that why are you in so formal get-up, in so formal attire? Why have you dressed up like so formal? Evening dress, gloves and so on, so many things. Are you going anywhere, any kind of party? So he replied, "No, I am not going for any party. I have just came here to meet only you." So now Shubhako is surprised because they are neighbor and it is very common to go to neighbor's house. For that you do not need to dress up so well. Now because he has dressed up so well, so it is surprising, and he got inquisitive and he asked the question that why have you dressed up like this? So he replied, "No, there is nothing much, just to visit you." Now the reason was that he was going for the proposal. For that reason he dressed up so well. But Shubhako was not knowing, so that is why he asked. Shubhako then he asked, "Just to meet us, then why have you worn this evening dress as if you are going to the Christmas Eve, the Christmas party, that is a New Year party? So you have dressed as if you are going for any kind of party. Just to see us, you do not need to be dressed up like this." So that is why he thought that there must be something special. That is why he has dressed like this. So here he came to the house of Shubko and they greet each other with too much respect and love. Now, Lomo, well, you see, it's like this takes his arm. I've come to you, honored Stefan Stefanovich, to trouble you with a request. Not once or twice have I already had the privilege of applying to you for help, and you have always, so to speak, I must ask your pardon. I'm getting excited. I should drink some water, honored Stefan Stefanovich. And then he drinks the water. So, as for the first time, he was going to propose a lady, and that is also in front of her father. So he was getting too much excited, panic, confused. He was completely perplexed what he has to say. So in that excitement, he was not able to put his words clearly. So he says that it is like this, and then he takes the arm of Shubko in his hands, and he says that, honored Stefan Stefanovich, respected Stefan Stefanovich, I have come here to trouble you with a request. Now, I am going to ask you for something, and that might trouble you. Not once or twice, I already had the privilege, I already had the honor, I already had the advantage of applying to you for help, and you have always been there for me, you have always helped me. This is not the first time I am asking something from you. Many times I have asked for your help, and you have been a very helpful neighbor. You have always been there for me, you have always helped me. So now again, I have came here to ask something from you. Now Shubko got afraid. What will he ask? Because he was not in mood to give him any penny. He was considering that he might ask for some money, but that was not there. But he was getting shy because he was going to ask the hand of his daughter, and it was not that easy for the father to accept the proposal. So that is why I say that I am going to give you a trouble, and I am going to ask you for something. I don't know whether you will be pleased with that or not, or whether you will give me that or not. Not first time, but many times you have helped me, and whatever I asked you, you gave me. So again, I am going to ask you for something. And then, as he was not able to put his words clearly, he asked for pardon, he asked for forgiveness, and he said, I am getting too much excited to say it directly. So shall I drink some water to make myself comfortable and calm? And then he drinks the water after taking the permission from Shubko, Stefan Stefanovich. Now finally he is about to put the proposal. Now whether he put that proposal properly in clear words to Shubko or not, and what will be his reaction, what will be the reaction of Natalia, and whether they will accept the proposal or not, in what way, what will be the circumstances, and what will be the reason for their quarrel. That we are going to see in the next part. Now here our first part comes to an end, and now we will meet in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself, be safe, stay healthy and happy, and keep on learning. Thanks for being with me. See you.